Hello everybody, how are you doing? Welcome back to Man City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. We're just minutes away from kicking off, and my first reaction seeing both the lineups is, especially the Bayern lineup is, wow, Bayern have gone with a very strong team. I think Sadio Mane is not starting for Bayern Munich, and apart from that, Bayern have gone with pretty much their first choice 11, I would say. And for us, I think the surprise inclusion is Josh Wilson as brand there. I would not say it's a surprise, but I was actually surprised with the MBT not starting. I know that Diaz had to start this game because Pep has to give players match time so that they get sharper, go on with the fitness and stuff. I do understand that, but I don't understand playing Ake two matches in a row and you're playing Luka Mbiti. Luka Mbiti put in a much better performance than Nathan Ake, I thought, in the last match. So that is something very interesting for me because I really expected Luka Mbiti to start, maybe give Ake a rest. Because it doesn't make sense in any way because MBT is a left footer as well, so Pep can't have that argument that I wanted a left right combination. MBT himself is a left footer, and with Ake, Pep knows what is got with Ake. So Pep could have given Ake more chances in the Premier League and all that. But Luka Mbiti, I don't know, can Pep give Luka Mbiti more chances in the Premier League, for example? Can Pep play Luka Mbiti in crunch games? How will he know? So this was a good place to test Luka Mbiti. Apart from that, I thought Cancelo needed some getting on with it in terms of sharpness, fitness, and all of that stuff. So Cancelo starting was fine for me. Rodri, De Bruyne, Bernardo especially seemed that he needed some fitness and stuff. And so I'm pretty much happy with the rest of the team. Maybe I thought instead of Riyad Mahrez, maybe it would be nice if Cole Palmer started because we saw that Mahrez was up there with the fitness and all of the stuff. So Mahrez was sharp. So Mahrez was almost match ready. So you need not have started Riyad Mahrez today. Maybe give Cole Palmer a chance there. Of course, Haaland had to start. He didn't start the previous game, and Grealish also had to start. He I thought had a very poor game the last game. So it is actually very interesting. Not so many interesting choices, I would say. Many of them were predictable choices by Pep, but not starting Luka MBT is something that was that really stunned me basically when I saw that lineup. The match is not yet started, so let me just check if I have tuned into the right channel and all of that thing. No, the match hasn't still started. Maybe there's some delay. There are delays going on in this preseason matches. I don't know why, but will be interesting to see Josh Wilson as brand. Uh, how will he get on, especially against the right side of Bayern, which includes Benjamin Pavard, Coman, Nabry could drift onto that side. So will be a tough test for our fullbacks. I would say both Sane and Davis on that left hand side for Bayern. So Cancelo playing on the right, he will be in for a tough test. The pace of Nabry, the pace of Coman, the drifting of Thomas Muller into those little pockets of space between the midfield and defense. This will be a proper test. This will be a real test for us. I would not expect it to be like super competitive, but this will surely be a real test for us. But very happy with the lineup. Apart from that one thing regarding Luka MBT and why are you starting Ake for a second match in a row, because this is a platform for your youngsters, right? And maybe I thought he would have started Calvin Phillips instead of Rodri in that central midfield role, because Rodri again looked back to his best. He looked very sharp in the last game. See, this is about fitness, and the players you think are not up and running, not sharp enough, you give them chances. So Calvin Phillips is interesting for me because he played him at centre back last in the last match, and this match is not started him, but maybe could have given youth more of a chance starting today. James McAtee more of a chance. No, again you have to be wary of that because Bayern have put out such a strong team. You can't literally start with the team you ended last time against Club America. You know, after the last game against Club America, people were sort of some people were sort of having this argument that what Pep should do in the next game is he should reverse the order of the players he picks. Like he should start with all the youth and then end with all the senior players. But then I know that was a good idea because the youth actually looked like they were a bit afraid to make mistakes. They were a bit afraid to, lose the ball. They were a bit afraid to be aggressive in their actions. Like Pep says, that is the word, aggressive in their actions. So I thought all of the youth players, most of the youth players except Wilson as Brandon MBT, they looked very nervous actually in the last game. So many people's expectation was that maybe Pep would start with the youngsters today and then bring on the senior players last time, but Pep would have seen this Bayern lineup and Pep would have thought that, wow, I can't just send the youngsters there to be buried. Sane, Koeman, Nabry. I have to start the first team and then maybe bring on the youth when they do their subs. Because, confidence is also a very big thing for youth players. So it's really important. It's always a balance between how you manage the confidence of a youth player and how much you throw him into a deep end. That's always been a challenge of getting a youth player up from the academy to the first team. So I mean they're almost ready. They're showing the players coming out of the tunnel now. So I mean, I'm looking excited for this match, especially after that Club America one, because that was it was sort of you knew that you were facing a team that was not up to your standard. JSK is your JSK. Uh, says game delayed by how many minutes JSK, because I'm just searching through the app, through the City Plus app and through Fun Football, and I'm not getting by how much is it delayed. So because here they're showing the players in the tunnel right now. I'm actually watching on the City Plus app, Vinay. Yes, the Bayern lineup, is almost the first choice lineup, right? Except for maybe Sadio Mane not starting. And apart from that, the Bayern lineup is like very strong. I think that is the reason why Pep didn't start Luka MBT, because I expected MBT to start, but he would have looked at that Bayern lineup and said, "No, Luka, I will not. I will not put your confidence under." Risk. I want you for the season. I think that would have been a main reason why Pep didn't start MBT. Otherwise, starting Ake doesn't make sense. Other than the Bayern lineup, that seems to be the only reason. JSK says total sporting. The Bayern players are coming out now. How do you guys expect the match to go? I think this match will be a make or break for Josh Wilson as brand. If Josh Wilson as brand can prove himself against Kingsley Coman, Benjamin Pavard, and Serge Gnabry down that side, I think Josh Wilson, we might not even go for Cucurella actually if Brighton refuse to come down from that asking fee. So this is the opportunity. I generally never say this regarding the youth players, but I think this is a do or die opportunity for Josh Wilson as brand. It just might be a one in a lifetime opportunity for Josh Wilson as brand, because just imagine a scenario wherein Wilson as brand gets torn apart by Kingsley Coman. then I think immediately in the next 3 4 days, City complete the deal of Cucurella. City pay up. So this is almost a team place clinching opportunity for Josh Wilson as brand. We rarely see opportunities like this when we can say, okay, we do not have any players in this position right now, and our youth player has a chance to make it his own. So will be interesting. JSK says, by the way, Tixiki is pissing me off. Is it with the Cucurella deal, JSK? That Tixiki is really pissing you off? Because I read an interesting article actually just a few hours back, and it said that despite City's success in the previous transfer windows being adamant about the fee, this might be a different kind of an opportunity in terms of bringing in Cucurella. I mean, City must. The article said that City must at least go and pay half of what Brighton are demanding. Brighton are demanding 60, and we have paid up about 20 25, right? So I think at least we must go for 35 million pounds, because that article was interesting because it outlined how Cucurella, he meets all of Pep Guardiola's qualities, and how Cucurella is out of the La Masia Academy, and how he's the perfect fit for Pep Guardiola. So fair play, fair play. That's a very interesting article. But again, we have this policy, right, of uh, not going for players who are quoted more than the value that we might think. JSK says he played 100 million. He paid 100 million for this bench warming Barbie doll, but reluctant to pay 50 million for someone we really need. Yeah, you're talking about Jack Grealish. I get it, JSK. But if I think when I think about it, Jack Grealish was actually I thought Jack Grealish was almost a necessity back then, because all the rumors pointed to Bernardo Silva leaving in that season when we got Jack Grealish. So I mean, the situation would almost have been similar to if we hadn't sold Zinchenko and we were going for Cucurella, right? And the rumors are that Zinchenko will generally leave. So it was the same. It was almost the same situation with Jack Grealish there and Bernardo Silva there in that season. So I mean, he spent 100 million, but you're right. Maybe Tixiki should have negotiated a bit more for Jack Grealish. Exactly. He paid up for what Aston Villa quoted. But then, if you think on the other side, maybe that was a situation that was out of hand, because that season, maybe Pep thought if Bernardo goes, there's no one here who can cover for me. But this season, seeing how Pep is talking, I maybe think that Pep has confidence in Josh Wilson as brand playing there. He knows Cancelo can play there sometimes. He knows Ake can maybe. I don't prefer Ake at left back, but maybe. But then you're actually right, JSK. This one mistake maybe in the transfer window of not getting Cucurella could cost us the season, cost us the Champions League. It might very well have cost us the Champions League the last time against Madrid, as not replacing Benjamin Mendy from 3 seasons. So it has cost us in the past as well. So I get where you're coming from, but I don't know, because looking at the past record of us and the amount we pay, I mean one of the famous journalists was saying that City are almost expecting a break-even transfer window, like almost to see the fees of Alvarez and Haaland, right? It's almost equals to what we got for selling Sterling and Jesus. So City are almost expecting it in that way. You sell Zinchenko and you expect to pay the same thing. But I think Cucurella is much more talented than Zinchenko. Cucurella is an upgrade on Zinchenko. So I can't understand why we have just bid 25 million pounds. One of the journalists who's close to Brighton was saying that Brighton actually laughed at the bid actually, which City put in. Football Tricks is here. Hey, Football Tricks, he says where to watch. It's on City Plus actually. Otherwise, football tricks you could watch it on any of the other online streaming service. Other than City Plus, I don't. I just checked the media coverage, and other than City Plus, the match has not been telecasted anywhere. But we are off and running. The match has just kicked off. De Bruyne is pressing high. I'm sorry, Haaland is pressing high. Look, guys, look at Haaland go in the press. Wow, who said that Haaland can't press? Look at Haaland just go, boom, putting pressure on the centre backs. Haaland chasing down Upamecano. I think in the first minute should be the moment of the day. Actually, wow, it looks as if City are up for it. We are just going so aggressively into the challenges. Football Freak says if we are getting Pau Torres, then definitely we are going with the back three. Again, Football Freaks, it doesn't make sense, I think, because Luka Mbiti has done well, right? Just compare Luka Mbiti and Pau Torres. Okay, Pau Torres has more experience, he's played Champions League semi-finals and stuff, but based on the qualities of Pau Torres and MBT has pace. MBT is more aggressive in terms of taking the ball out from the back. So I think with Pau Torres you're getting the same old as Laporte, right? But with MBT you're getting something special which none of our other three centre backs are having. So I think when you buy another defender, you look for the qualities that what is the special thing he can bring, and I think Pau Torres would not make sense there. Jack Grealish on the ball. Jack. Oh, he's played almost a crap pass. That was a crap pass, Jack. You need to do better. Release the ball faster. But the run from Bernardo was good. It's just that Jack overhit the pass. Bayern are almost on the attack. The match is going end to end. Lovely. These matches we are playing don't look friendly at all. The Club America one was so competitive. They were just idiots. The Club America players. They were just barging onto us in terms of tackles and all. And this game even Bayern are pressing high. Nagelsmann versus Pep Guardiola. Josh Wilson as brand under the cost does extremely well. Does very well. Nathan Ake, Ruben Diaz. We lose the ball again, but City almost on the break here. No, we are not on the break, but that was a overhead pass. Who was the brat who overhit that? Bayern are trying to play out from our press now. And we get the ball back again. This is so exciting. Kevin De Bruyne there. Kevin De Bruyne shoots. Oh, that was just whiskers wide. Kevin from the edge of the box, guys. This is vintage Kevin De Bruyne. Neuer literally Neuer had like no chance there. That too off his weaker foot. I think Neuer might have got a hand to it actually, but what a strike from Kevin. That too from an acute angle. No, Neuer didn't get anything there. Again, City winning the ball back. That's a corner. Well done, ref. Well done. At least the ref is not a prat like he was against Club America. But um, it's so exciting seeing us win the ball back so fast, so quick, high up the pitch. Oh, Jack. It was just on the other side of the post. But again, that strike from Jack was almost similar to how Jack Grealish scored against West Ham on the volley. But the West Ham strike was more difficult, I'll have to say so. Neuer being pressed and Neuer makes a false pass and Bayern are under the cosh. Bayern are under immense pressure. It's just that we are overhitting those passes. What do you guys think about the first 5 minutes? Roller coaster. I think we are looking extremely sharp here. Very sharp. Josh Wilson, Esperan, they're almost under the cost. Oh, it's a mistake from Josh Wilson, Esperan. It's a mistake from him. Ake is there. Oh, almost. That was a nervy moment. But City players are appealing for offside. But that was a mistake from Josh Wilson, Esperan. He just held on to the ball, I think, a bit more longer when two Bayern players were pressurizing him. So, will be something Wilson Esperan will learn. But almost all of the Bayern players made mistakes today. So all of the Bayern defenders, especially, made mistakes. I thought Bernardo was not at all good in the Club America game, but here he's back to our old Bernardo, running, putting in the work rate and everything. That's a switch on. It's a switch on to Kingsley Coman. Kingsley Coman was a Josh Wilson S brand and really that's offside. Is it not offside? That's offside, yes. For a moment, I actually thought Bayern had scored, but that was offside. Guys, again, ball over the top. This will be something Pep will be worried about. Not that we are getting caught out, but the reason is we are not pressing that aggressively now. Especially on that ball over the top, which the referee gave offside. Because if the press is good, then the balls over the top generally don't happen. So that's good pressing from Bernardo again. The pressing higher up the pitch has been extremely good. But then in the midfield, maybe Rodri is, yes, now the press in the midfield has also improved. Because on that ball over the top, I just thought the press in the midfield was just not there. That's well done. City are protecting the ball so well. Ederson to Ake, Wilson as brand out wide. Again, Bayern players are pressing Ederson. Maybe they have not seen him play at all. To be honest, the ref is just trying to gain some control over the game more than anything else. Yes, the line was very good on that goal. They've shown the line, the offside line was extremely good for me. But again, this is the thing. Once Pep Guardiola, what he said was, it's not about making mistakes, but it's about how do you react to making mistakes. And I think Pep will write down. He will notice that reaction of Wilson as brand, and that will be the basis on which Wilson as brand further path into the first team will depend on. Yes, Wilson as brand had made a small mistake. Okay, it didn't result in a goal, but how will he react to that mistake? That will be very important. City get the ball back again. Again, we're just playing at the back between our centre backs. That's a foul, ref. Yes, the ref's given a foul. Josh, come on. Get higher up the pitch. What a ball. Erling Haaland. Ah, almost Erling Haaland's in. I thought Haaland was almost in. I don't think Haaland has had a touch in this game actually. Okay, he's done the pressing well, but I don't think he has had a touch in this game. But the pressing, my God, from Haaland. I don't think people have ever seen him run like that, pressing the ball. Edison with the ball. Sloppy from Joao Cancelo. Cancelo not looking at his best. He's already made two, three sloppy passes in this game. Oh, that's a good interception from Wilson Esbrand. What an interception! What an interception from Josh Wilson Esbrand. Nabry, I think it was Nabry. It was Coleman. I think actually Coleman was almost ready to pull the trigger, and Wilson Esbrand just came in his way. The formation is interesting here. It's interesting because it looks as if Pep is playing with two cams here, unlike Bernardo playing that box to box role. But what a switch to Jack Grealish and what a touch, Jack. Jack, come on, pass the ball. That's a foul. That's a foul. It's a foul on Jack. Jack is looking sharp today. He's looking, I mean, more than sharpness, Jack is looking aggressive today. He wants to get into those challenges. He wants to invite challenges. But again, I would like to see that decisiveness. I know it's not something that the player can just develop overnight. It takes time. It takes time. It takes time to develop that sense of decision making, that sense of understanding when to pass the ball, when not to pass the ball. So what I want to see from Jack Grealish is that intent, that attitude that yes, I'm improving every day. I'm showing that more and more desire every day. I thought that was almost prime there, but Jack is in, Jack is in, Jack is in. That's an own goal, that's an own goal. And City score. Is it an own goal? It seems like it's an own goal. Or did Haaland score? Did I get something wrong there? It seemed an own goal for me. But what a layoff from Jack Grealish. What a layoff from Jack. Fantastic. Because Grealish could have gone himself over there, but let me see the replay. The ball goes out, and then I think it's De Bruyne who does extremely well. Then Jack Grealish. It's actually Erling Haaland. It's not an own goal. My bad, guys. My bad. Erling Haaland, the poacher. Erling Haaland, the ruthless goal machine, gets the first goal for City. Gets the first goal in City colours. Erling Haaland's arrived. One chance, one goal. What a goal, Erling. I'll just change the score today. What is happening here? What is happening to the match? Why are players just going off? What is happening? Can someone please tell me in the chat? What is happening? Why are they going off? I mean, okay, it's raining, but then you play in the rain, right? You play in the rain in England, right? In the Premier League, we play in the rain, in the snow, in the wind, and everything. Football Trick says, I told you so. It's Jack and Haaland partnership. Yo, watch out. Yes, football tweets, you called it right. But then it could also be Foden and Haaland partnership, right? I mean, just imagine how effective really, I'm sorry, Haaland will be with Foden there. Because I know Jack Grealish is at the top level, but I do think at this point of time, even though if Foden is younger than Jack Grealish, I think Foden is, in terms of providing services, I think a level above Jack Grealish. Not many levels, but at least a level above Jack Grealish. So I'm actually looking forward to that Foden Haaland partnership. How will it develop? That would also be on an insane level actually. Because Grealish has done extremely well today, but sometimes you see that indecisiveness still, even today as well, one or two moments it was still there. I know I'm being overly critical on someone who's just provided the assist, but then that is the level of quality and the level of consistency you expect from a City player, right? So weather delay, my foot weather delay. Is it because the pitch gets unplayable and soggy when it rains? Is it the reason why the players have walked off? Because this is not a bloody game of cricket that you have to cover the pitch when it rains. I don't understand this. I think maybe the pitch might just become a bit slippery, and that is the reason the players might have come off. Maybe that would be the only reason. JSK says, "What happened? Why everyone is going?" That's exactly that's even my question, JSK. When I'm not understanding why everyone's going, because this is not a cricket match that you have to cover the pitch. And I mean, this is the first time I think I'm watching a weather delay and players are going off in a football match actually, because we have played in worse conditions, right? Guys, you remember that West Ham match early on in the last season? We barely could see shit on the ground. Luckily, Gundogan scored a goal and Fernandinho scored at the end, and we won. But I mean, that was fully snowing and still we continued. So I can't understand. The weather looks clear for me, clear in the sense the pitch and everything there. It's just a little bit of drizzle. So I don't get this. Football critic says true. Jack has more experience with strikers, be it with England at be it with England or at Villa. Maybe I think football critics that could actually be the reason, because even in the last match, Julian Alvarez is not a striker in the positions. I mean, if you observe, even in this first 10 minutes and to the first half which Alvarez played, I think the positions Alvarez was moving in, Jack actually looked indecisive. Maybe you're right. Maybe Jack Grealish is uncomfortable with the positions. A false nine is moving in because he's not accustomed to the system. Whereas with the striker, and also I think with a pure striker, I think it's not just Jack Grealish, but any player who has not been accustomed to the city system, with a striker, you know that you have to get to the byline and put a cross in. The striker will arrive if your delivery is good. But with the false nine, I do think you also have to look at the runs, who's making the runs, which position your false nine striker is in, which position your midfielder is in. I think there's a difference actually. That's a very good point, I would say. Maybe with false nine, Jack struggles, but then he has to learn fast in that aspect. But considering Haaland will play most of our important games, I do think that Haaland bullish partnership can really, really be something big, something awesome. Vinay says, can't see big dark clouds there. JSK asks, how is Josh playing? By the way, JSK, Josh was, I mean, in the first couple of minutes, Josh was very good. Bayern pressured him twice, and twice he got out under intense pressure. He got out and he progressed the ball. But once Josh held on to the ball, on one occasion, he held on to the ball too much and he lost the ball basically. It was a mistake and Coman ran through, he crossed across, but luckily no one was there. Nabry wasn't there to tap it in. So I think one mistake from Josh Esprin, but Josh actually has had a very good game. Very good game. That mistake, it happens actually. Maybe a bit of nerves, but apart from that, Josh had a very steady game, I would say. Vinay says, by the way, Grealish ball. You must appreciate KDB's takedown and quick pass. Haaland scored against rivals. Yes, you're right. KDB's takedown and quick pass was the thing. But again, Grealish was very decisive over there. And I think that is one of the key things we're also discussing, because where was this decisiveness last match? Where was this decisiveness in the previous season? I, I think it was again a very good point by Football Fix when he said that which strikers maybe Jack Grealish is better with Harry Kane, because in the match against England, I mean when he played for England also, right, in the Nations League or something, before this preseason started, he provided some very good assists to Haaland, sorry, to Harry Kane actually. So I do think it's a vast difference when a striker is playing and when a striker is not playing with Jack. JSK says, I think Ruben Diaz will be the new captain now. He will be the new captain now because I don't see anyone. I mean, I think Gundogan could be the captain. Gundogan is the senior most player there, along with Kevin De Bruyne. So Gundogan could be the captain actually. But then you're right. They will groom Ruben Diaz. Rodri is an interesting choice for captaincy. because after he has signed a new contract, he has told that he wants to take on that leadership role and stuff. I actually think Rodri could be a really good fit for captaincy because when you see how Pep plays and stuff, I think a CDM is like the brains of his team, and I do think that captaincy to Rodri could actually be important to this team going forward. But I see Ruben Diaz and Rodri as the captaincy material, at least till now. Sauros says, when is match going to restart? I actually don't know, Saurav, why the match is actually stopped. That is something which we are wondering. Why have to stop the match? I know it is due to bad weather, but it's strange, right? Stopping a football match due to bad weather, weather delay. I don't know if it's common in England, sorry, if it's common in the US, it's common in the MLS that they stop matches due to weather delay because it's unheard of actually. And also, I don't agree that the pitch might be slippery and stuff because at least based on how it looks, the pitch looks absolutely perfect. So I don't know. Let me check. Maybe they've given some information elsewhere. Let me just check it. So what they're telling is the news. In the news is maybe I mean, not maybe, they're telling in the news that the lightning has re-emerged and that's why the referee blew the whistle off. That is strange, right, guys? Lightning has re-emerged and they blew and the referee called off the play for now. Lightning? I don't know. I'm just hearing this in a new way. By the way, guys, did you see what Barca is doing to that Kunde deal? Just a bit off topic, but the news is that Chelsea is actually pissed off. Thomas Tuchel is actually pissed off that now Barca is even hijacking the Jules Kunde deal because Chelsea thought that they had it done, but like Rafinha, Barca is hijacking that as well. Oh, it's a thunderstorm. Okay, okay, I get it now. Okay, it's a thunderstorm, so that's why they've had a delay. I mean, I'm a bit worried about this Barca hijacking all the deals just because. I mean, what if they fall on Bernardo Silva now in this spree? What do we do? But I think of all the players which Barca targeted in this window, I think we have the strength here when it comes to Bernardo. Okay, Jules Kunde, Rafinha, it was different. They were out of contract in another club, and Barca got him. Chelsea were competing with Barca, but here I think Bernardo is a City player. That will be the difference. He has a contract with us, and even though the player wants to go, what if we say that we will not sell him for one more year or something like that? So that will be interesting. All the crowd are also going off now. Weather delay, and I don't think anyone knows for how long will the weather delay actually last. I do not know. I mean, was very excited for that for what Wilson as brand could do, but and the way the match started off and the way Haaland was pressing at least in the first 10 minutes or so, but the weather delay happened. We started very positively, I would say. Haaland pressing, the press was intense, the press was, we were on it. I mean, even in the last season, I didn't see a press like this. Even against Liverpool in all of the big games, maybe against Chelsea, we were pressing like this. But then I haven't seen a press as intense as I've seen in this match in the first 5-10 minutes from us. It's almost like, so aggressive onto the ball and everyone's pressing. So that was something very interesting. Football kicks is good for us. We will be to sign Pau Torres because Barca won't come for him. When I says Bayern fans say their goal wasn't off. No, when actually they showed in the television, they showed the replay and it was off, and Nabri was off. Nabri was clearly off for his goal. So Napoli was off, so I don't have any doubt on that. I mean, it wasn't even marginal. He was quite a bit off because we held a very good line. They showed clearly in the replay the line they held and stuff. So I don't know. But Football Rich, do you actually really want Pau Torres to come to us? Actually, because personally, I don't want Pau Torres. Because the only thing is we will almost be getting a player similar to Aymeric Laporte. And my feeling is that if we get a player in, we should get someone who will be an improvement on what we have, right? So that is the reason I don't agree with the Pau Torres signing. And also my worry is Pau Torres might just block this path for Luka Mbiti there. Because Luka Mbiti has done so well. Luka Mbiti is left footed, Pau Torres is left footed, so many contrasts there. So my biggest worry is the path of Luka Mbiti because we suddenly have a lot of centre backs coming through the academy. So I actually do not want us to bring in a centre back who's 24, 25 and will block the path. Football Fix says, yeah, I do because Laporte is injury prone. That is actually a point because Stones is injury prone. Laporte is I mean, Laporte had that big injury, but I don't actually think that Laporte picks up so many. Laporte has picked up so many injuries after that. I agree that John Stones is actually much more injury prone actually than Laporte, but Laporte Diaz was out for long periods of time, but Laporte was. I think after that big injury, Laporte wasn't injured much, so I mean, my biggest concern with this Pau Torres thing is only Luka MPT. I just have Luka MPT in my mind because you know what I thought was from this season onwards at least we have to promote youth much more. And how do we do that? We before bringing in anyone from the transfer window, we actually look at who is in our academy, and if a player in our academy is better suited, we do not bring in that transfer from outside. I think that is one rule I think which I thought we should have had from this season. We should stick to that rule from this season because otherwise how are we gonna bring through youth? That takedown from De Bruyne was wonderful. But you look at that coach's instinct from Erling Haaland. What an instinct. He was there and what a finish. Guys, just imagine Raheem Sterling in place of Erling Haaland. Would the ball go inside the net or would the ball go outside the net? Almost a similar chance, right? Against Lyon, I think 2 years back or something in the Champions League. Open goal and Sterling hits the ball out. Against Southampton as well, I think, right? Sterling had the same chance almost. Just like Haaland scored, it was exactly the same chance and Sterling hit the ball out. So, I mean, good luck to all the Chelsea fans because they have a competitor to Timo Werner in terms of who will miss more. It's not who will score more, but who will miss more. JSK says, I think Haaland will break the UCL curse. I do hope so, JSK. I really hope so. Hands crossed with that UCL thing, actually. Because I think to win a UCL, you need to have so many moments, go right for you. And I mean, for example, that Atletico match, right? I think you remember last time there was in the previous Champions League there was a redraw, right? For example, if that redraw wouldn't have happened, then maybe we would not have got Atletico there in the next round, and maybe our centre backs would not have been injured for the Real Madrid game. And I mean, a lot of things. I think you need a few moments to go in your favor to win the UCL. But I do think that Haaland can actually be that game changer, because you just imagine all of those chances against Madrid, they fall to Haaland. Haaland will break not just the UCL curse, Haaland will break all of the UCL records in one match. I think Pep, Haaland, everyone, KDB, everyone wants Real Madrid in a knockout game in the Champions League, last 16, quarterfinal, whatever it is, and we want to hang them dry this time. That I think Pep was very hurt after that Madrid defeated. This is what we will do this time. We will hang them dry. They should shiver the next time they hear that they are going to face City in a knockout match. That is what we will do to them this time. Football Kick says we need a senior player. We can't rely on youngsters. Just EDS. He did a mistake. It's just a friendly, but it could cost us the match. Exactly. But I think in this match, this is a good combination of youth and senior players. I think, especially at the back, Wilson, Esbrand, and all of the other three are seniors. And also in the defense as well, I think this is the perfect time for MBT to get in, because you have three senior players in Laporte, Diaz, and Stones, right? And then MBT joins. And also Ake is there. So MBT joins, and this could be the perfect learning curve actually. I agree with you that we need senior players. You can't just depend on EDS. But then how will you know how will the EDS player perform unless you throw him into the deep end? Friendlies and everything is fine, right? But the reaction in a competitive game to a mistake is totally different. The reaction to a mistake in a Champions League game is totally different, for example, than in a Premier League game when you're winning 4-0 and it's the 80th minute, right? So I think the only way in which you can get the EDS players to the next level is by throwing them into the deep end. So let them commit mistakes, but what Pep really says is, I want to see the reaction of the youngster to the mistakes. Is he fizzled by the mistake he has done, or is he able to accept and move on with it and go on in the next phase of play? So that is what Pep is actually looking for in a youngster. It's not mistakes, but how he recovers from the mistake. How is his mentality? Does he want the ball after he has committed the mistake? That is what Pep said about Riyad Mahrez once. All of the media were criticizing Mahrez. This was 2 seasons back when we as fans were also a bit critical of Mahrez. Pep said this thing, when Riyad, I agree that Riyad is a bit indecisive, but whenever Riyad loses a ball and does a mistake, he wants the ball back. He asks the ball back. So that is the attitude I really want to see in my players. So I do think that Pep really knows what it means to groom youngsters there. We've seen it from his Barca days. JSS Haaland finished goal, which we never would have been able to do to his big legs. Exactly, big legs as well as his goal scoring ability. JS. Okay, even though the ball was better, even though you gave an open goal, would Sterling have actually finished it? No, right, no, right. So apart from just the long legs, Haaland also has that finishing ability which we have been lacking so much. Football Critic says, guys, we have to be realistic. We have to focus, not just focus on UCL, just Premier League. When your time will come for UCL, we will get it. That is very true, because Premier League is like, it's almost like, you put in the work day in and day out, every Friday, every Friday, every Saturday, every Sunday, you have to be there every week, day in and day out, right, for the Premier League. But for the Champions League, see, for example, 180 minutes, right, who dominated the game and who won the game in that Madrid tie? For 90 minutes, literally for 90 minutes, Madrid did not have a shot on goal. Forget about testing our goalkeeper, did not even have a shot, and suddenly they scored two goals out of the blue. So UCL, I know the opposition fans and the media and everyone criticize us, beat us with that stick that you don't have an UCL. When will you get your hands on the UCL and stuff? But I do think it will happen. It's just that we should not deviate from the Premier League. We need to do back to back Premier Leagues, and then the UCL will come. It's just a few things falling in your favor, right? I mean, you look at most of the UCL finals, and you'll actually find that a few things have actually fallen in the favor of teams. Let us come to that Istanbul thing. How many things have fallen into Liverpool's favor for them to win that match? I remember the goalkeeper of Liverpool saves a point blank range shot in the last minute of that Milan versus Liverpool tie in Istanbul, and the commentator said it right. Then carve the name of Liverpool. Then today they are gonna win. I mean, Chelsea versus Bayern Munich, for example, 2012. The match was tied. It went into extra time. Drogba concedes a penalty. In extra time, Robin misses it. United versus Bayern Munich. I think it was 99 or some year there. What happens? Bayern were leading throughout, and just like Madrid did to us, United scored in the last minute. So you look at all of the Champions League knockout games, all of the Champions League finals. There are moments which, if they fell in your favor, you generally go on to win the game. If they don't, you don't win the game. It's not about how much you've dominated in the Champions League, because you could literally dominate the entire time and end up with nothing. Like Chelsea did, for example, against Madrid. PSG did against Madrid. So I think UCL is, I won't say it's completely luck in something, but UCL is that falling of moments in your favor. It's almost like destiny is telling you to wait. When I see us not uh, going to the final step in that UCL. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne injury against Chelsea. If De Bruyne wasn't injured in that match, we win the UCL. I'm really sure again in that final, because De Bruyne would have somehow provided that one magic pass to Aguero there. We at least tie, make it level, and take it into extra time. So I mean, pick out every match, pick out every final or every semi-final from the UCL, and every knockout match will have some one or two decisive moments that have turned the tide. And quite a lot of times in the UCL, you would have seen that the team that has dominated might not have won the Champions League. So lot of interesting permutations and combinations in the Champions League, but in the Premier League, I think things are different. In the Premier League, it's almost like you put in performances day in and day out, you maintain consistency, you go on and win the league. I know it's not as easy as I say, because we have a chasing pack in Liverpool and stuff, but it's almost like destiny is in your hand in Premier League. That factor of moments coming together, luck is almost removed in the Premier League from your hands. Okay, you might say missed red card in one match, but since the Premier League is of such huge duration, everything levels up, and in the Champions League, I think there's no time for things to get leveled up. A bad decision by VAR or by the referee sending off, it could just change the game completely. But in a Premier League season, over the course of a season, you get some, you don't get some, and overall it all balances out, and everyone gets the same thing. So UCL, whatever people might say, also it takes a bit of luck and things falling in your favor. JSK says, best UCL I've watched was AC Milan versus Juventus in 2003. Maldini and Nesta single-handedly won them the UCL. There are some finals like that, JSK, where I think it was when Mourinho was at Porto. It was Porto versus Monaco, I think, the final that year. Even that was actually a very good game, a one-sided game. But then you see, for Porto to come to that stage, to the final again, they had to defeat United in a kind of way in which United were the better team there, and things like that. Football Click says match restarted. Football Click, is it actually restarted? Because I haven't. they're not showing the match here. They're just telling it's an other weather warning, and the fans have taken shelter. But anyway, I'll just check on this one football app as well. So they're actually showing the Bayern game now. So sorry, they're actually showing the Bayern goal now. So I'll again check, see the offside once. They're showing the replay. Is it offside or is it not? So guys, actually, what their the latest update is that the rain and thunder continue to pound down over the Lambeau field as the stands have now been almost fully cleared. Local weather projections do not see this as a passing storm. The lightning likely to continue long into the night. It remains to be seen whether or not the match will be restarted with safety as paramount importance. So, I mean, the weather update is quite frankly, it's very bad actually. They say that the storm will actually might actually continue long into the night. So we do not know that. I mean, guys, what a preseason we are having, right? First of all, we are having, I think, the shortest preseason of all the teams, and even in that shortest preseason, one match has been suspended. That really means that we only have played one match, one full match against Club America, and now we are straight on into the Community Shield against Liverpool. So will this actually affect our performance against Liverpool? Because Liverpool have actually had what they have played 3-4 matches, I think, and they've gone on to places where the weather conditions are much better and things like that. So actually. Do not know how will this affect us our game against Liverpool, because I really thought that in this game against Bayern we would get that sharpness back, the fitness back a bit more, and it would almost be the perfect thing, get a few more training sessions after this match, after returning to Manchester, and then ease yourself and go into that Liverpool game. But no, this one preseason match and that's it. Vinay says people are coming again. JSK says they should stop playing in America. But generally, I mean, the last time also they had a preseason in America, right? At this time, maybe in 2 years back or something, 2, 3 years back, that was Foden's breakthrough season, I think, right? But the weather wasn't this bad. So actually do not know. And generally at this time, right, in generally in Europe, generally in America, the weather is actually quite good. Like it's summer and it's the sun and all of that. But it's interesting. Maybe it's due to the climate change or something that all these things are happening. I mean, nowadays you just can't predict the seasonality. Seasonal changes are just. I think it's just climate change. Otherwise, this hasn't happened in America the last time. Vinay says Arsenal versus Chelsea also delayed. And there's also another match, I think, right? Today, Barcelona versus Real Madrid. I think even that will be delayed, maybe. Oh, now on the City Plus, they're showing Club America versus our match, the last thing. But if actually Pep is given a choice, I think he would not go into not take his team to any place. I think we would just play one or two preseason friendlies with local clubs, with an Aston Villa or with a Brighton or someone. I think that would be the best thing. But then I do understand why we go to America, why teams go to Asia, why they go to so far to Australia. I think it's just the commercial reasons to spread the brand. I think that's the only thing. There's no other reason apart from that. Because strictly from a pre-season, from a fitness perspective, I think you would gain more fitness by playing a club in England, a local club in England, or a local club in Europe, right? Rather than coming so far and playing teams which which might not actually be up to your standard. I do hope that this match restarts because I'm really looking forward to it. But now the update says like Vinaya said, fans are returning to their seats as it looks as though the match officials will try and restart the game imminently. So guys, the match is almost starting imminently now. Match is starting immediately. That's what is the recent update. And also, I think just another thing with Liverpool competing for so many trophies last season, I think Pep will take all of the trophies seriously this season. I mean that threat of a quadruple was a reality, and I do think that quadruple actually even came into existence because we were knocked out of the Carabao Cup very early last time. Because in the last 3 4 seasons, who won the Carabao Cup? We won, and everyone was telling such an easy cup. It should be called the City Cup. No one gives a shit. And suddenly when Liverpool won, everyone was like, "Oh, Carabao Cup, a good trophy for club to win and all." I mean, literally, I can't understand the hypocritical nature of these of the opposition fans. When we win it for 3 4 seasons in a row, it's just a shit cup, and when they win it, I can't understand that. So I think Pep is actually determined to go deep and go far in all of the four competitions. I actually have this nagging feeling that since Pep has come to England, he has taken all the cup competitions seriously, and I think Pep wants to win all of them. He wants to do something that no manager has ever done in the history of the game. I think. Okay, at Barca he won, but that is different. In England, we have two domestic cups, so Pep thinks he might not get a chance to do this again after he hangs up his boots at City. So I do think this season will be a huge marathon, especially in terms of us going for all of the cups, the Champions League, and all. It will get exciting, especially in March. I think when we have the Premier League games, which are in midweek, then the Champions League games, FA Cup games. This season, I think we need to get ready for a hectic season, especially with World Cup also there. And that's another reason why we must get Cucurella. Because he will not be blocking the path of Esbrand. Wilson Esbrand for me will be starting in all of the cup games. It just remains to be seen if he starts any of the Premier League games, but he will be starting in all of the cup games. Because I can't expect Ake to start at left back in the cup games because he will start at centre back. So the season will be interesting. I mean, my only question here is: will Pep go for a formation change this season? A three at the back. That's another thing. That's another question that seems unanswered. And in the preseason, he didn't do any of that. But Pep is Pep. He just flicks a switch and the formation just changes. So it will be interesting how Pep approaches this. And also, who do you guys think will be the primary challenges to the trophy this season for us? Okay, Liverpool is the usual suspect, but how do you guys look at Chelsea and how do you guys look at Spurs actually? Can they actually? I mean, the question here is: can Spurs and Chelsea get above 95 points? Get in that region between 95 to 100 points? Because if you want to win the Premier League, it's almost like you have to get more than 95 points, at least 95 points. So do Chelsea and Spurs have it in them to get more than that? That is my question. And I mean, if you ask me, Spurs. I mean, okay, taken for granted that Spurs on the day can defeat us. Spurs on the day can defeat Liverpool, right? Same with Chelsea. But Spurs on the day can also lose to a Burnley like they did last time. Or okay, Burnley is not there now. They can lose to a Forest. They can lose to a Brentford. So that is the thing. That is the one question mark I have on Spurs and I have on Chelsea as well. The consistency, not just against the top teams, but also against the bottom teams. Just this is, by the way, when will Pep renew his contract? I feel as long as Tixiki is there, Ferran Soriano is there, we can expect Pep at City. And as long as the league is ultra competitive, like Conte almost developing his team to, I mean, according to his choice and making it almost title contender. Tuchel, Klopp, I think all league remaining competitive is also a big factor. But I think Pep will actually renew the contract at the end of this year. Actually, I expect him to do so. Again, it's unpredictable, but I will be very shocked and stunned if Pep leaves. Actually, I mean, what is there for him to leave, right? The juggernaut is actually starting right now in terms of the youth players coming through and stuff like that, and and the managers as well, Conte and all of them there. Klopp renews till 2026. My bet is Pep will at least be there here till 2026. I do think Pep and Klopp will leave it once actually, because the day Klopp leaves, I think Pep will also believe that maybe it's almost like an era is done here. Like for example, like when Jose left and Pep had to leave Barca. I know the circumstances were different back then, but sort of that competitive rivalry, I think, because rivalry is something that thrives Pep, and Pep really are they coming on now? The Bayern players are coming on to warm up. So Pep really thrives in competition, and I do guess he'll stay here till 2026. JSK says Chelsea. I don't think Spurs is possible. Spurs is possible because Conte plays that rigid system, right? 3-4-3, 3-4-3, 3-4-3. Every match the same thing. So the players could actually be drilled in that. I do think that we will need to beat Spurs at least once this season. We will at any cost need to beat Spurs at least once this season. So because Spurs actually look like a threat to me, because see, Spurs haven't made standout signings, right? Clement Longley, Spence, Richarlison. I mean, if I tell you these signings, you would not tell me that okay, these signings could actually help Spurs win a trophy or something like that. But these signings are important because it gives Conte the ultimate freedom to express his system, the 3-4-3 system, and it gives Conte the freedom to rotate players within that system, which I thought that Spurs never had under Pochettino, for example. So Spurs is very interesting for me. The Bayern players are out. Oh, City players are not coming. City players have not yet come out. So the Bayern players are just jogging in. Fitness coach is teaching them some of the drills and stuff. But with Chelsea and them competing for the title, I actually think that if Chelsea had got Rafinha, if Chelsea had got Jules Koundé, if Chelsea had got a striker which Lewandowski, I mean, news is that Thomas Tuchel is after Lewandowski. So I think if Chelsea would have got these three signings, I think they are also title contenders. You know, the main problem with Chelsea is okay, they'll address the defensive issues. Koulibaly is in, they'll bring someone. But the problem for Chelsea is putting the ball in the back of the net. Howard's not that reliable. Timo Werner, I'm more reliable than Timo Werner in putting a ball in the back of the net. And by the way, I'm crap at that. So you can understand how much of a crap Timo Werner is. I mean, Timo Werner, I think, is crappier than Raheem Sterling in finishing. So you can understand there. So that's, I think, Chelsea's big problem. JSK says, well, his situation with Barca was different. He left for two. So the reaction first, he didn't like the new board after Laporta, and second is the toxicity of Spanish media. That is true. That is true. The situation is, I mean, the comparison was actually wrong, but I just wanted to compare that rivalry sort of a thing. That's it. Like Jose and Pep, and you've seen at Bayern as well, right? The moment he felt that the league was not competitive, he just left it. But the underlying problems, you're actually right. Pep actually left Barca, he left Bayern because the board was, there was many internal politics in the board. You're right, actually, you're right. But I do think apart from the board supporting him, rivalry also plays a big role in Pep. Pep always likes to have challenges. GSK says Barcelona has ruined the summer of Chelsea, and Lukaku also ruined them. It's a double blow for Chelsea, right? It started right from last season, and now news is that Tuchel didn't want Lukaku at all. I mean, I was surprised. Why did Chelsea go for Lukaku? Not a player Tuchel would want, right? With the work rate and stuff, Lukaku. And news was that, I mean, Lukaku's agent came out and said that City were interested in Lukaku so much. I don't believe this. Think that was crap because you can't expect Lukaku to fit into a Pep system, right? It's fine if a player doesn't have that pressing attributes and all. Pep can develop him, but the ego of Lukaku is that he thinks he has learned everything. He is the best. He's the best, and he's at the very top. He does not have anything more to learn. So when you have that attitude that you don't have anything more to learn, I don't care which player you are, you're finished, and that is what happened with Lukaku. Because if Lukaku really wanted to learn, he really wanted to improve as a player, he really wanted to be the front light of that Chelsea team, he would have adapted to Tuchel's system, right? He would have put in the hard yards. So for me, the attitude is not right for Lukaku. And thank God we didn't get him, and I'm very sure we will never in for him as well. JS says he's not a bad player, but his attitude is very bad. Same like Balotelli. Exactly, JSK. But I think Balotelli was sort of a mistake. I mean, so Vincent Company, I think it was, who said in a documentary, I was just seeing that 11-12 documentary once more a few days back, and Company actually said that he feels Balotelli, he always felt that Balotelli was a bit of a mysterious person because once, I mean, on one side, by he saw Balotelli as someone highly talented. Balotelli was almost regarded at one time as the next best thing, the next big striker. And on another side, you see him being reckless. And in the middle of these both things, you see him being a kind person, a person with the right attitude. So, I mean, Balotelli was always a mystery, and when his attitude changed, it was almost he displayed good and bad attitude in flashes. So, but with Lukaku, I think the thing is different because with Balotelli, I always thought that Balotelli lacked a proper mentor to guide him. But with Lukaku, I thought Lukaku had that proper guidance and stuff, but it's just that ego thing with Lukaku, unlike Balotelli. So they're finally on the pitch. By the way, Ederson starting, but I wanted Ortega to start another game. Actually, I wanted Ortega to start this game. I mean, by the way, I'm very sure that Ortega will start the Community Shield game. Actually, I was just seeing the save shot stopping of Ortega today, and what superb saves. I mean, and the guy saving with his legs, there was one save when Ortega went to one side and the ball deflected and it came to other side and he stretched out his leg and saved it. I think I was like, I just paused the video there and I was like thinking, wow, what a reflex this guy has. Wow, I genuinely think now seeing Ortega distribute in the first match, his passing, his distribution and all is not way behind Ederson. The way he was tipping the balls over to Walker is not way behind Ederson. He's close to Ederson in terms of shot stopping. Sorry, in terms of passing out from the back. Maybe under pressure, still the skill Ederson has that you can't teach someone. But in terms of shot stopping, I do think Ortega is much levels above Ederson. I mean, comparing both shot stopping and distribution in both the keepers, Ederson and Ortega, I think you have level keepers, two keepers who almost are on the same level, almost on the age is also same, right? Ederson 28 and Ortega 29. So, I mean, I would not be surprised if Ortega actually starts in all of the cup matches and Ederson actually starts uh, in the Premier League Cup matches, in the sense even the UCL as well. Actually expect Ortega to start all of the UCL matches. City players are just warming up. Erling Haaland there, you can just see him. He's looking set for more actually. And also we have seen Grealish and Haaland partnership now. I'm interested to see the partnership between Alvarez and Haaland. It will be quite interesting. And also I think if Pep starts Alvarez and Haaland, I think Pep can actually play this 4-4-1-1 system. I mean, even if Alvarez doesn't start, Pep can play De Bruyne there in that one just behind Haaland. I think that would be almost the perfect system for Haaland and also for De Bruyne or Alvarez, whoever plays there. I think 4-4-1-1 will be a very interesting system, because in that system you almost get the best qualities of a Haaland and also best qualities of a De Bruyne or best qualities of an Alvarez as well, and both of them can press. Alvarez can surely press. De Bruyne can press. So I think 4-4-1-1 system is something we should really watch on this season. I would not be surprised, because otherwise, how do you fit in both Alvarez and Haaland? I know that you can check Alvarez onto the wing, but I don't think the right wing is the best position for Julian Alvarez. Guys, the news is that the match has been curtailed due to the I mean that playing time has been curtailed, and they say that the teams will play another 27 minutes of the first half, and they'll only play 40 minutes in the second half, and they say that the match has been cut down because to get a suitable result. But I don't know what the result will do, because it's not that we are playing for points or something here, right? It's just for fitness, and I do not know how that will help the fitness. JSK says, has the match started yet? My stream is not starting yet. No, JSK, the match is not started. It's just that the city play. I mean, the players have just come onto the field and they're doing warm up exercises. They're practicing with the football and stuff. The match is not yet started. So it's gonna be a short-end match. We're not gonna get the complete 45 minutes. I mean, I would say okay, it's a preseason friendly, but this could actually have been a cracker only for the weather conditions to spoil it. I mean, I actually think instead of playing these preseason games, maybe City can play an 11 versus 11 internally together. I think we would get much more experience in that. I mean, and uh, get our fitness levels back up faster in an 11 versus 11 internally, rather than coming out and playing another team and traveling so far. I don't know why the camera in this City Plus app is focusing only on the Bayern players. I don't know. So our players training. Why are they showing the Bayern players training? I do not know. Vinay says add travel fatigue. Exactly, travel fatigue. Thank God we didn't go to Australia or something like that. That would have been even more farther actually. Yes, yes, yeah, 40 minutes is actually alright. 40 minutes is alright of the second half. Yeah, 40 minutes is alright. It's not too bad. And also the Chelsea Arsenal match has also started, I think, right? So it's good that the delays are getting over and we are starting and getting along with matches. JSK says, I think we will play around 43 to 45 minutes, adding the injury time. Exactly, that's what I also think. But would the referee, I mean, do they add injury time in preseason matches? Did they add injury time against Club America? I don't remember actually. I don't know that if they add injury time in preseason matches. I'm actually not sure about that. Vinay says match is live on Bayern's YouTube. Okay, but it hasn't started, right? It's just the players are warming up. De Bruyne is having a drink. All our players are having drink. The transfer window has been actually very quiet since we have come on tour, right? I mean, in general as well, not just regarding City. I think the transfer window around all the other teams in the Premier League, at least the top six teams, has been quite right in the last 1 week or so. I mean, okay, United doing their shit things, being United, uh, not getting Frankie De Jong and stuff like that, and Chelsea in that Barcelona saga. But in terms of incomings and outgoings, there hasn't been much noise at all in the last 1.5 week or so. And Klopp, by the way, today has said that he will not do any more summer signings. Liverpool actually look prepared for this season. Actually, they finished their pre-season. They've done well in terms of getting the players back to fitness and stuff. Yes, now the match is almost ready to start. JSK says Barcelona is ruining the market this summer. They're ruining it, they're also holding up the market, right? And also they have chosen players like that as well. Pep is having a long chat with Thomas Muller. Pep has many friends at Bayern, that is there. That is there. Pep actually, I've seen him have a long chat with one or two of Bayern's players. But yeah, Barcelona is actually holding up the transfer window as well. They're not allowing clubs to have a clear run at the targets. And the thing is, Barca don't have any money and still they're holding up the transfer window. I personally I want Jules Koundé to go to Chelsea and Barca to taste defeat at least once in this transfer window. The match is almost about to be kicked off here. City kicking off the match here. Thank God, good that the match has started. Ref, why is there another delay? I don't know why the ref is not blowing his kickoff whistle. There's another delay. Don't know what is it. Yes, finally the match is kicked off. Restarted again. Bayern on the attack here. So I think it's a 40-40 half. So now we have played 13 minutes, so it will be 27 minutes more in this half, and then that's a really good ball over the top. Erling Haaland's there. Neuer just got in ahead of him. Typical Haaland's. I mean, that's just a glimpse of what we'll be getting this season. What a ball that was over the top. What a flick on. Kevin De Bruyne is in the box. That's a handball, ref. Okay, they're not appealing as ferociously, but again, the flick on there, I think the flick on was from Bernardo Silva, or the flick on was from Cancelo, I think, then De Bruyne into the box. Wonderful, wonderful. Ben just not able to live with our football here. I think Mahrez will take it in swinger. Ake got on to the end of it, but just couldn't keep it down. Ake is one of the best headers of the ball in world football. Almost a free header. Nathan, you have to score that. Nathan, you have to score that. That's almost a free header. City winning the second balls again, but Bayern retrieving it. Ederson does well. Ederson comes out and sweeps it and does well. Good reading of the game from Ederson. So both the keepers have had sweeping work. But I actually thought Ederson was very good with the sweeping work there because Neuer's one was just obvious. Again, losing up the second ball, Josh Wilson has friend. Again, Ederson, great positioning, Eddie. Fantastic positioning. Bayern are just bypassing our press and putting in balls over the top to find Napri. Erling Haaland on the run, Erling Haaland on the sprint, and when Erling Haaland sprints, Erling Haaland, oh, guys, the finish, oh, that was a tackle in the last moment. I actually, from Upamecano, actually thought Erling Haaland would pull the trigger over there. Look at that, Erling Haaland running, running, running. Just at the last moment, I think. Great tackle by Upamecano, but I thought that was almost 2-0 with Haaland running with that at that sort of a speed. Another throw in for City. Natanake there sweeping up. That Haaland run was superb, I would say. Again, this time I think it's Jack Grealish who's gone, but the ball had way too much over it. That was in Haaland's range. It was just Upamecano doing ever so well to get back. City are just pressing Bayern relentlessly, I would say. That's never a free kick, ref. Come on, ref. I mean, what sort of a refs are there? Even in the Club America match, the ref was shit. He didn't give Jack Grealish at least two penalties, and when here, that was never a foul. Wilson Esbrand is doing well, actually, covering Coleman on that side. Looks extremely composed. But I would like to see him go forward a little bit more, actually. No one there to pick up the second ball. Okay, it's gone back to Neuer. That is fine. Josh. Yes. The pressing has been good. We are just blocking all of the passing lanes and sending Bayern backwards. This time the referee gives no foul. Great work, Bernardo, Rodri. The real Rodri is actually back. Ederson. Flick on. Haaland onto it. Ah. Haaland versus Upamecano will be a battle of physicality, and Upamecano has pace as well. So it will be almost an equal battle, I would say. Rodri winning the second ball. Ederson. Cancelo's been actually crap today. I think it was Diaz with the misplaced pass. Ah! For a moment, I thought the ball was sweeping into the corner. Sabitzer. I haven't seen him play much Sabitzer, but I've actually heard of him that he possesses some extraordinary qualities. But that was well wide in the end. It was well wide of Ederson in the end, so nothing to worry about that. Josh Wilson as brand, Jack Grealish, excellent flick on, wonderful, 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 wonderful. It's just too wide, but again, Riyad Mahrez in there, Kevin De Bruyne, Wilson as brand, wonderfully well done, Wilson as brand, wonderful. Mahrez, great touch. The ball goes out, but I think the pass from Bernardo to Mahrez was just a little bit behind him that slowed down the move. Excellent ball from Cancelo, but I didn't know how that was not in. I know the reason why that was not in because Haaland was not on to the end of it, but yes, if it was Haaland, that was a goal. Again, over. That Jack, you need to be scoring from those positions. I mean, it was difficult for any other player, but for Jack, I think that's a goal scoring opportunity again that he has missed. That's well done. Mahrez gets the ball. De Bruyne. The recycling work is very good. Rodri to Josh Wilson as brand. Josh is playing as an inverted fullback actually now. And is looking very comfortable in that role. He's looking as if he's played there all his life. He's looking that comfortable. Josh Wilson as brand again. What a run from Josh Wilson as brand, almost getting there, but again that was a good try. That was a good try. That is what Pep wants more and more from him. One twos. Josh is actually getting the hang of the game now. He's looking very much part of the system, so it's not looking out of place at all. He's ready for me to start in that first team, Wilson as brand. Again, Bayern running out of ideas on where to pass. Their only option is they're trying to put the ball over the top. But right now we are pressing them really high that they're not finding the time to. Yeah, they found the time now. Nabry, Wilson as brand. No foul by the referee. The referee is in no mood to give fouls. Rodri. What a ball that is! What a ball that is! Riyad Mahrez is in. I thought he'll play an early ball in, but no. That's a foul. Ref. The game has now gone end to end, guys. Good positioning by Ederson again. Well done. Again, City get the ball back. We're getting the ball back very fast right now. Ederson taking his time, surveying the positions where to pass. He finds Ake. I think it's a City throw. Yes, it's a City throw. Will be interesting to see what subs Pep brings on in the second half. That's a really good ball. Jack really so a good header from Powered, I think. And it's a corner for City. Will be an in-swinging corner, I think. Kevin De Bruyne will take it. But City have looked in extreme control. I would say supreme control of this game. Oh, okay, there. This header was difficult. The earlier header that he had on a corner was actually easier. Neuer is just being pressed higher and higher and higher. Oh, that is well done. Rodri is looking very good. Look at the way he's retaining the ball there. He's back to his extreme best. I think Bayern have also pressed well, but Bayern are just not getting any joy. Bernardo, Rodri, no one's giving the ball away over there, and that is the frustration of Bayern. They are pressing unpressable players. That is the big annoying thing for them. How do we press these players? Look at Haaland there, protecting the ball. That is very well done, Bernardo. Wonderful, wonderful tracking back from Bernardo. Toe to toe with the attacker of Bayern and comes out cleanly with the ball. Now the match has gone into a bit of a congestion phase where the ball is very much in the midfield with the press of both the teams cancelling each other. Josh, yes. Wilson is run under the pump right now, and what a takedown by Erling Haaland to get the ball. Look at his desire. Oh, it was just. I think that was the wrong option from Riyad Mahrez. There should not have passed. Should have gone a little bit more with the ball. But again, look at the desire of Erling Haaland to win the ball over there. It's a 2v3 at the back and good positioning from Josh Wilson as friend. Jack Grealish driving through. Ah, it just missed Haaland. But it's almost a 2v2 at the back. Diaz, get back, get back, get back, get back, get back. Excellent tackle from Ake. Great covering challenge from Nathan Ake. Fantastic. It was almost a 1v1, and I think this Napri was having a free run, and Ake came in and he put in a clean challenge. I mean, 1v1s, Nathan Ake is one of the best. Wilson Esbrand with the ball. Kevin De Bruyne tried to take it, but Erling Haaland retrieves it back. He gets it back. Oh, but Riyad Mahrez chose to shoot over there. Maybe I thought he could have threaded the ball through to Haaland there. Again, a bit more calmness maybe, and Haaland would have had at least one more goal. We should at least score one header in this match because we have so much strength in the air. Suddenly, Ake, Rodri, Diaz, Haaland. Ah, I thought that went in. I thought that went in, guys. I thought that went in actually. It was Rodri, right? How did that miss? How did that not go in? Oh, it came off a Bayern player. Otherwise, that was a free header, guys. That was a free header, and it was almost set to nuzzle into that corner of the net. Another corner, another in swinging corner. Again, great ball in from Jack Grealish and out for another corner. I think Bayern have not had a single corner till now, or they had one corner. I think that's all. City are dominating the corner count as well. Riyad Mahrez. I want us to score a header. Two headers we have already got in this game, and we have scored from neither. So we need to score this. Oh, that's gone out for a City throw in. Wilson Esbrand with throw, and he's looked every bit of it, every part of it. In terms of pressing, being aggressive in the challenges, and right now he's coming forward as well. Previously, he was not coming forward, so that is another added positive to his play. Remember, each half is just for 40 minutes, so Rodri retrieves the ball, can shallow, Mahrez, Natanake. What a ball from Ederson. It almost found Haaland there. What a ball. Bayern are just passing from the back. They want to draw City to the press and then want to hit that ball over the top. And City are intelligently, our forwards are pressing, but our midfield is not committing, which means that Bayern are not able to play that ball over the top. Well done by Ake, well done. He's handling Thomas Muller and Serge Gnabry extremely well. What a ball! Ah, the touch let him down. De Bruyne, most unlike him actually. Touch let him down. De Bruyne, that is just gold dust that moment because it generally doesn't happen at all. Nathan Ake, his positioning and his interceptions have been very good today. The interceptions of Ake, the interceptions of Wilson as brand, both of them they have impressed me along with Rodri and Bernardo. Ederson playing, I mean, he's been with us for 4 5 seasons now, and saying he plays a risky passes. It's an overstatement, that's all. That's a foul. There's a clear foul on Jack Grealish there. They've just barged into Grealish. Kimmich has got a yellow card right now, and Mahrez with the ball on the right. Mahrez just tried to take on his fullback and failed in it. But City have the throwback. The half has actually gone by very fast, especially after the restart. Because it's just a 40 minutes half, and we just have 5 minutes to get on for it to end. And then the news is that there will be uh, halftime interval that is cut short, and how did that miss? How did that miss? Erling Haaland, he would have had a brace today before halftime. How did that miss? Wonderful link up play. De Bruyne, Grealish, it came off a Bayern player. I think that was a deflection. Otherwise, that was going in. Rodri header deflection lucky. This deflection lucky. So Bayern are riding on a lot of luck here. Okay. Was he offside? Because Ake had to score over there. How come Ake is finding himself in those promising positions? I do not know. Is it Nathan Ake or is it striker Ake? Press. Done well there. Again, Bayern. Again, the pressing has been good. See, even though Bayern get the ball, they're not having any passing options. The only passing option is a ball over the top. Wilson has brand, get back, Josh, get back. Ah, but wasn't that an offside? It's a corner. It would have been an absolute travesty if Bayern would have got that goal because they didn't deserve it at all. Again, it all comes down from that ball over the top and nothing else. Ah, for a moment again, I thought it might just be creeping into that far corner, but no, it wasn't. I mean, less than 1.5 minutes remaining in the half. So, but I want City to have one more attack before this half ends. One more attack, guys. One more attack. One touch football has been amazing. Once we get the ball, it's two, three fast triangles, and then boom, you go into attack. Pressing from Haaland has been very impressive today. I didn't think that he could provide such high work rate. Then again, it's just a half, right? If he plays the second half, for example, and provides the same kind of work rate, then I think we can agree. But it's just a half for Haaland. So you can't pass statements on the work rate, kilometers run, and all of that. Oh, I thought we almost got the ball there. Good positioning again. I think it's Ken Shallow. That is very good. That is very good. Jack Grealish is almost free over there. And where is Haaland? Where is Erling Haaland? That's a good ball into Riyad Mahrez. Wilson Esbrand lost the ball. Oh, he gets the ball back again. Grealish gets the ball again. Erling Haaland has to score. Oh, they say it's offside, but City players are convinced it's not offside. Nathan Akeda is very well in one-on-one defending. That's a foul, ref. That's a foul. But the Haaland goal, was it offside? I didn't think the Haaland goal was offside actually. I'll have to have a replay, but that is the end of the half. But was the Haaland goal offside? No. But Erling Haaland smashed it into the net. Yes, it was. No, but was it offside in the second phase of play? Do not know. Not know. Maybe I would want a couple of replays. Oh, but they are telling it's millimeters offside. I'll just be back right now, guys. So, guys, what did you guys think of this half? I mean, I know towards the end, Bayern had a few chances. Oh, the match is almost started now. I almost forgot that it was almost a curtailed halftime break, right? Football Bricks is halftime. Yes, halftime has almost ended as well, right? Football Bricks. Now we'll just look at who are the substitutions. Looks like Alvarez is in. Looks like in McAtee is in. I can see Alvarez there. Roshan says flop Haaland. You can say whatever you want, Roshan, but Haaland will show it by his numbers. Let us look at what are the substitutions. They've not yet mentioned the substitutions, so I don't know. We'll have to look forward for that. But I think we dominated Bayern's midfield completely. Bayern could not recover from our press, from our cohesiveness, from our movement. Bayern were just completely outnumbered. So half has started. For one, I know Alvarez is in, but let us see. We should at least be up by 2, 3 goals more. Just unlucky. That's all. Alvarez is in what? What pressing by Alvarez? This will be interesting. Haaland is also there, right? So Alvarez and Haaland, that link up play, that will be wonderful to see, right? Ah, almost there. Josh Wilson has brand there, recovering the ball. He's done well, but he's given the ball back to a Bayern player. Josh does well to recover the ball again. City dominating everything. Serge Gnabry is just running behind shadows. That was a very bad ball. But I think with the addition of a Foden, with the addition of a Gundogan, for example, the the refinement in the passing would be even more. I think opponents should be really scared because they'll be chasing much more shadows than they did in the previous seasons, I would say. Be it be anyone. City throw. We have dominated in corner count, throws, shots on goal, shots on target, the scorecard, possession, kilometers run. What a throw that is. Julian Alvarez is in. Oh, that was almost a trademark finish of Julian Alvarez. Oh, that was just it was just whiskers away from the post. Almost, almost there. That is Julian Alvarez in a nutshell for you. Almost just put that in. Alvarez, I think, is playing on the left hand side. This is interesting. It's a 1v1. Nathan Ake there. Nathan Ake there. Well defended by Ake. GSK says here come the Barca or Madrid fan. No, JSK today he might say he's an Atletico Madrid fan or he might even say he's a Villarreal fan. You never know. You can't be so confident that he's only a Barca or slash Real Madrid fan and other club also might be added there. Football Crick says which VPN says that also. But the ball is in the Bayern half and oh it's almost a 1v1. Ah, it's a misplaced pass or else Alvarez was through over there. It's Josh Wilson Esbrand with a great run forward. Josh Wilson Esbrand almost going through and with a strike. Great strong running from Wilson Esbrand and he had a shot on goal. That was just wonderful. Wow, what a stunning piece of play from Wilson Esbrand. The angle was acute, but you just wanted him to test the goalkeeper at least. Ken Shallow, the ball. Riyad Mahrez, Erling Haaland. Who is offside there? Maybe. Sorry, Kevin De Bruyne is offside. Let us look at the substitutions first. I think Erling Haaland has gone out and Alvarez is coming. That is the only sub that has been made. Nathan Ake's had a solid game. He's had a wonderful game, Nathan Ake. Zero mistakes. He's had to deal with a couple of 1v1s, but he's been very assured. City get the ball again. Cute little pass into the midfield. Josh Wilson as Brand. Rodri. Rodri to Cancelo. Jack Grealish on the ball right now. Wilson as Brand in more attacking positions in this half. He's given it to Grealish. Grealish. I think Wilson as Brand should maybe show another option to Grealish to pass to. Other than that, he's done well in this move. Oh, that was almost a perfect ball for Riyad Mahrez over there. That's not a foul, ref. Come on. You're not allowing any physicality at all in the game, ref. Ederson again, cute little passes. He's been flawless, Ederson. But he's not been tested in terms of shot stopping. I mean, we know that he can be flawless in his distribution, passing, and everything. So that is not something new with Ederson. Bernardo Silva. This is the Bernardo Silva we know, escaping the press of 2-3 Bayern players. Ederson and Bernardo are just teasing the Bayern players here. City get the throw. Riyad Mahrez on the right hand side. Mahrez cutting in. Ah, City have really dominated this game. We should have at least one more goal. That's the least we deserve. At least one more goal. What a press from Julian Alvarez. Wonderful. City get the ball back again with the press. Josh Wilson as Brent. Ah, he just tried to do too much there. Should have picked a passing option. I think that decisiveness will be the only question mark in his. How good is he in his decision making? Ball was actually a bit high, I think, from Leroy Sané for Thomas Muller. Would have been interesting to see Kyle Walker against Leroy Sané today, but not a competitive game, right? So understandable from Pep that he wants to rest Walker, who's looked sharp and fit, and give Cancelo another chance, who seemed like he was not that fit, Cancelo. I mean, that sharp. Oh, referee's given a foul. Referee's just given a lot of fouls, too many fouls. This match. Noy trying to distribute. Again, great defending from Cancelo. It's a substitution now. I really hope our youth come on. It's a Musiala is coming on and Ryan Gravenberch is coming on from Bayern. But I think Pep will also make changes. Expecting Pep to also make changes because I think our youth need at least, it's already 57 minutes, right? So it's an 80-minute match. You all literally have only 23 more minutes. So Pep, make the subs. Pep, please do make the subs. That is what I would say. Interesting. Walker has come on. Diaz has gone off and Walker has come on. Maybe a Luka MBT should have come on, but again, it's Pep judging how much of uh, an impact on confidence on MBT's confidence it would be if he makes a mistake in buying score and things like that, and a lot of things before you bring on a youth player in this kind of matches. Bayern have been just roaming around in that defensive area in that goalkeeper's box for the last at least 2 minutes, I would say. Not able to get out. Rodri, wonderful. Excellent from Rodri. Kevin De Bruyne gets the ball. Wilson Esbrand, Nathan Ake, play back to Eddie. No, he's played it to Wilson Esbrand. Wonderful pass from Wilson Esbrand. It's Kevin De Bruyne running through the Bayern players right now. He looks to strike. It's understandable, but he strike. Riyad Mahrez cut inside and curl it. Joao Cancelo. That's a foul in favor of City. Man City's here he says, brother, do you like Messi? Yes, I like Messi. I wouldn't say he's my favorite player or something like that, but I do like Messi. Jack Grealish is cutting inside. Is he injured? I hope not. Mate, this is a friendly. Why are you putting in those tackles? I don't understand who that Pratt is who puts in those tackles. Is it Benjamin Pavard who put in that tackle? Let us look at the tackle. It was a bad tackle actually. Not as bad, but it was a bad tackle. Man City asks, who is the best in your opinion, Messi or Aguero? I mean, both play different kind of positions, right? It's almost like asking me to compare who is the best in your opinion, Vincent Kompany or Cristiano Ronaldo, or Vincent Kompany or Lionel Messi, Kevin De Bruyne or Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, both play different positions. You can't compare people playing different positions, right? Aguero striker, one of the best strikers of his generation, I would say. So, in the striker position, you ask me Luis Suarez and Aguero comparison, for example, and I would tell you my opinion, but not Messi Aguero. I mean, I would find it weird actually. I mean, how do you compare? What are the parameters? Compare a striker with Messi is not a striker. Messi kind of plays in those pockets, falls nine, and Kevin De Bruyne with a free kick right now. Wilson has run does well to keep it alive. Why is Pep not bringing in any of the youth? Has he forgotten the game has been cut short. Game is just an 80-minute game and not a 90-minute game. Cancelo. Ah, what a ball. That was from De Bruyne. That was a ball from heaven for De Bruyne. I know it was a very difficult finish. Man City says, bro, has Messi influenced in modern football to fans? That's a mistake. That's a mistake in Anderson. I mean, Messi has had his influence on his game. Influence in terms of that false nine position. When was it? When was it played before Messi played it? I mean, I think yes. Messi almost started that false nine position there. Pep started it, and Messi was the first player to play in it. Great tackle, and City are on the break right now. City are on the break. Kevin De Bruyne is leading it. Alvarez go on the outside and give him an angle, mate. The referee comes to the. But Alvarez should have gone on to that left hand side. Look at that. De Bruyne didn't have an angle. De Bruyne didn't have an angle. Alvarez should have gone onto that side. But yeah, Man City, Messi has had an influence on the game. Like I said, that false nine position, that movement, he was literally the first player to play in that position. Pep had created. But there are many other players, right, who have had influences in their respective positions. Kevin De Bruyne, for example, David Silva, for example, lot of players in the past, lot of players who have had great influences in their positions. So Man City as who would you take, Messi or Company in your team? It's Vincent Company all day long. Vincent Company without even blinking an eye. And the reason being, Vincent Company was there with us when we were nobody. Vincent Company was, I mean, he fought for us. He literally gave his everything to the badge. He literally died for the badge. He was prepared to give everything for the badge. So Vincent Company without blinking an eyelid for me, no doubt. I mean, as a City fan, and you can't ask me that question uh, and tell me think as a neutral, because I can't. Because I can't. Even if you ask me to think as a neutral, my bias will always be there towards Vincent Company because I'm a City fan. So ask me another question. Asking me to compare two neutral players. You can't ask me to compare a City player against Messi and something like that. That I'm never gonna do. I'm never gonna take Messi over any City player. The match has fizzled out a bit. Bayern are looking to attack now, and City are looking to defend. Man City has Ronaldo or Messi. I mean, this is the age-old question. Again, you're asking me to compare two players who are not of the same, who don't play the same position. But I have respect for both of them. I would take Messi. Out of both of them, I would actually take Messi over Ronaldo. It's just because of the preference of my style of play. I like that 4-3-3 system, the way Messi plays in that system and stuff. Then, if you ask me who would you pick in a 4-2-3-1 system, see, mate, it's all about perspective here. It's all about fitting in players in certain positions. See, if I ask Messi to play in a traditional striker position and tell him I'll pump balls in and you head, Messi would not be half the player he is, right? Similarly, if I ask Ronaldo to play in a false nine position, he would not be half the player he is, right? It's all about putting the right players in the right positions and at the right time under the right coach. They have both of them have talent. Okay, Ronaldo worked a bit more hard, Messi has talent, but again, it's coming under the right coach, fitting into the right system. A lot of things have come together for both of them as well. Man City as company must have won Ballon d'Or at least once. I mean, again, comparing players only on the basis of awards, only on the basis of trophies won, Ballon d'Ors, it's just silly. I mean, there are many players who are foul ref, yes. Otherwise, the Bayern player was in. It's just silly comparing players just based on Ballon d'Ors. It's a lot more, right? Football is a lot more than just trophies. How can you just say a Ballon d'Or winner and he is good, and someone who hasn't won a Ballon d'Or is not so great? That is just stupid logic. I never buy into that. Man City says, as a City fan, Messi do kind of magic we can't even imagine doing other players. I mean, David Silva did that kind of magic. Okay, you can't compare that magic to Messi's, but we have certain magical players at City as well. this season. Just go on and see. Alvarez will do magic. Haaland will do magic. De Bruyne is magical. So Messi. There were talks of Messi coming to us, right, in the 2019 season or something like that. I didn't want him at City back then because he would just block the path to youth. A Foden would not have developed back then in 17, 18, 19 when he would come. So I mean, at City, if you want Messi, I would say he would spoil the structure right now because certainly someone would have to sacrifice the place for him. So I would not want Messi at City right now, but he would do magical things. Maybe he would. You never know that. You never know that how Messi would adapt to the Premier League and things like that. You would actually never know that. Calvin Phillips is coming on. Cole Palmer is coming on. This is our golden time. Last 10 minutes. 10 minutes to go. Mahrez is off. Bernardo Silva is off. So I think this literally tells you what Pep is thinking of in terms of where to play Phillips and Cole Palmer in the league. Man City asks, how can a player score 91 goals in 2011? That is true. That is true. Messi is one of the best players. He's a generational talent. He's almost a generational superstar. I do agree with you on all those counts, but then you have to appreciate the players around him, appreciate the system around him, right? Imagine if there was no Xavi, if there was no Iniesta around him. Imagine if there was no Pep who put him in that false nine position. I mean, a lot of people did a lot of work. Messi was the tipping point of that machine, but the machine worked because a lot of people did a hell lot of work for him. So I think we should not forget to appreciate that. Yes, he scored 91 goals, but then you'll have to take into account all of the players around him who made it possible. Man City, isn't it ridiculous? Today's players, if they score 30 goals, then all of the media hype. I mean, media also they're biased and they hype only certain kind of players. So I would not say media hype all of the players, but you're right. Like there is a bias towards certain kind of players in the media. They just score 20 goals, 25 goals as well. It's true, 91 goals in a season is ridiculous, but all I want to say is to not forget the hard work and the work rate of the people around him. This should be a goal, Kolpa. Oh, why did the bloody referee say it's a foul? That was never a foul. Man City says even if there was no Messi and Iniesta, the 2018 season was fire. I mean, why is Messi struggling in a PSG team then? Why can't he score 91 goals in a league which is much less competitive than La Liga, who's with Mbappe, Neymar, all of those players around him? Then why couldn't Messi replicate that record last time? And why would Messi not do it this time then? Oh, that was a good header out. Clear the ball. Press him. Kevin, press him. Oh. City living on the ropes here, City living on the edge here. We can't lose this game, guys. We have been so dominant. Palmer does well there. Man City says because of his age, I think this season I hope it will be fine. I mean, age is one factor. Moving a new country, Messi was not happy. The players around in PSG had no passion. I mean, I asked this question to you because I just wanted to compare the players around him in PSG with the players around him. The Bayern on the attack, now Bayern on the attack. That's an excellent interception by Nathan Ake. Rodri, I think Julian Alvarez should be in now. Julian Alvarez should be in. Julian Alvarez should be in. That was a good try from Alvarez. So I was asking you this question because I wanted you to see the players around Messi in PSG and around him in Barca. The players around Messi in Barca, they were unselfish. They wanted to provide for Messi, right? They saw Messi as the tipping point in that machine. Now at PSG, you see Neymar, Mbappe, each one is for themselves. Each one wants to score that 91 goals. So that is the difference. What if in Barcelona, Iniesta wanted to score 91 goals or things like that. Those things play a big role. The entire team at Barca was willing to play for Messi, but here at PSG, all are individuals. So Messi will never be able to crack that mark at PSG, even though it's a much easier league, much easier opponents. Messi should be easily able to hit 130, 140 goals. If that figure sounds ridiculous, I know. In the French league, if he did 91 in 2011 season, but he won't because of the players around him. Man City says PSG manager was not he got last time. Man City says the difference between Messi and other players is even if he doesn't score, he's so good in playmaking. Messi was almost. I always thought Messi was always a playmaker because and not a striker because he always sort of played in that false nine role, right? Napri in there. Bayern are almost on full throttle attack right now. We cannot allow. Great block, fantastic block. Excellent. Is it Calvin Phillips? Yes, I think it's Calvin Phillips. That is fantastic. Jack Grealish, Wilson S. Brand, Nathan Ake. Bayern have put us under the pump right now. Cole Palmer, wonderful skill from Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer gets the ball back again. Julian Alvarez. Wonderful play to bring the ball back from under pressure. Wonderful. Cole Palmer's skill was exceptional over there. Cole Palmer there on the right wing. It's a Bayern throw. Man City says Messi is a number 2, 3, 6, 10, etc. Pep says. Exactly. I mean, if Pep says it must be 2 because Pep is the one who has created that position, right? But then again, you might feel that Messi is the best player, a generational talent, but I think it's unfair for players in other positions. Messi might be a generational talent, but that's because of the importance we give to people who score goals, strikers. How many how many players have won the Ballon d'Or who have played as a CDM and yet without Busquets, for example, Messi would not have been half the player he is. So I mean, it's all the perspective. The perspective I think here should be a bit different when we are comparing players and telling the generational talents and all of that. I do agree Messi is a one in a lot of generations talent, but then we have to give importance to other players also who have made Messi being a generational talent possible. Man City says has Pep won UCL as a player with Barca? Yes, he has won UCL as a player with Barca under Johan Cruyff in the dream team. Jack Grealish coming inside. No one was there. That was a heavy touch, and Kevin De Bruyne is there to rescue the ball. This is not seeming like a pre-season friendly now. Both the teams are fighting for every inch, and that's a wonderful piece of skill from Cole Palmer. And what a piece of skill from Cole Palmer that is. He just sent that defender, I think it's Benjamin Pavard down there, sent him back to Germany. That's a corner for City. Man City says not generational talent. He's the best in history. Again, that depends on your perspective. Okay, he's the best in history, but what about the best players in other positions? It's just the importance we give to the strikers, right? I agree he's the best, but I think there have been best players like your Makalilis. There have been better players who are the best talents of their positions, and yet we don't consider all of them, and we only consider the one who scores goals the best, and we give Ballon d'Ors to them. That is my argument here. Messi is the best, no doubt, in scoring goals and in that position. But I think the statement should be a bit refined in terms of Messi is the best in history in terms of scoring goals or in that attacking position and stuff like that. Can't just say Messi is the best in history. I know the media says and everyone says that, but I don't agree with that argument because there have been good players in other positions as well. Your Maldinis, your Makalilis. What about them? Suman says which broadcaster is showing the match? ESPN, Sumant. Wilson S. Brand is going off. Man City asks, bro, where is your home? It's in India. Rico Lewis is coming on. But Sumant, if you have joined late, the thing is, due to a thunderstorm, the match was actually stopped for a while after the first 10 minutes. And Haaland opened the scoring then. The wonderful ball from Grealish. And the match has been curtailed to 80 minutes, 40 minutes in each half. Man City says, I hope to meet you. You're lovely. Thank you, Man City. Thank you so much for the compliment. I hope to meet you too. If someone is joining late, don't be just fooled by the score line, guys. We should have thrashed those Bayern guys 4 final. They have been extremely lucky. For a change, it's not been poor finishing, but they have been extremely lucky and they have had. Who is this who has dribbled through almost everyone? Is it Rico Lewis who has dribbled through 3, 4, 5 Bayern players? I think it's Rico Lewis who's dribbled past 3, 4, 5 Bayern players there. What a dribble that was. Man City. First of all, as an Indian, why don't you speak Hindi? Man City. First of all, if you are an Indian, it doesn't mean that you'll have to know Hindi. There are so many languages in the country. That's great pressing you have. Kevin De Bruyne almost lined that up. Yes, Man City. I'll collab with people actually, but yeah, they're all Hindi YouTubers, right? Yeah. So I'll I'm looking to collab with a few others actually who do shows in English. But yeah, thank you for the suggestion. Actually, thank you for the suggestion. I'll collab in the near future. Bayern have been destroyed, I would say, by City's press. The midfield was not able to deal with our movement and all. It's just pure luck that it's just 0-1. This is interesting. The game is stretching past the 84th minute, so uh, I think the first half was 40 minutes, and now they'll continue to play till the 90th minute, maybe. Yes, that's a foul. Oh, the match is over, I think. The referee has blown up, and the match is over. Football Crick says Wilson as brand is surely a left back next season. Thinking the same Football Cricks after this match. The display was excellent. But by the way, Football Cricks, do you know who is it who dribbled past 3-4 players in the end? Right? There was someone. Is it Reco Lewis? Because I couldn't recognize him. He just came in then and he dribbled past 3-4 players and he went in and the ball hit the shot hit the frame of the goal. Right? So but you're right, Wilson Esbrand he is the left back. It looks like that. If I think we will not move higher in the price for Cucurella. Maybe we'll bid 5 million more at the most for Cucurella. And if we don't get him, I think Wilson Esbrand is our left back. Leroy Sané having a chat with Pep. Know what he's uh, telling Pep. But overall, our defensive performance was excellent. Rico Lewis, I mean, what a player. He has pace, that dribbling, everything again. But overall, I thought the defensive performance was excellent, especially Nathanake. And Nathanake seems to be so much of an improved player. He seems to be such an improved player, right? Like all of the one-on-ones, he dealt with them so well. He bought the ball out under pressure. He took the ball under pressure from Anderson. So Nathanake for me seems to be a lot more improved. I don't know what has changed, but he seems to actually be more improved from last season. And Wilson as brand again, apart from that first mistake at the start, I thought he was especially playing in that inverted fullback role. Wilson as brand looked like he has played there all his life. Diaz was maybe a little bit off the pace. Understandable that this is his first match, so Diaz is of the pace. But Wilson Esbrand, guys, Wilson Esbrand for me is the man of the match. Such a composed performance, playing against Pavard, playing against Kingsley Coman. I mean, not an easy task at all. I mean, the best thing about this match is we just compressed Bayern with our movement and with our passing, actually. I mean, Bayern could not get out of our pressure. The way we pressured them, the midfield of Bayern, they had big names, Sabitzer, and all of them were there, but still, the Bayern's midfield was just blown away. We just suffocated them. For me, this is Pep's team at its absolute best. Winning the ball very fast, like 3 second rule was in place today. We won the ball within 3 seconds of losing it. And Haaland pressing, guys. How did you feel about Haaland pressing? It was just love for me. Haaland pressing it was just so good. Football Critic says we will test him against Liverpool. Yes, remember Sam Edozie? I think he had a great preseason. I think it was last season as well. Only he had a great preseason, and then in the Community Shield match, I think he was not up to the mark and stuff, and then injuries happened and he didn't get a chance. I think the final seal of approval from Pep will be there when Wilson Esbrand does well in that Community Shield match. Actually, that is going to be so crucial for Wilson Esbrand. JSK says, I think Wilson Esbrand will be ready by next season. JSK, actually, we were discussing the same thing. We were thinking that maybe he might start this season. He might be a left back this season, Wilson Esbrand, because he looks absolutely ready. Because against this Bayern team who are pressurizing you, especially in that fullback against Kingsley Coman and stuff. I don't think Wilson Esbrand will face this level of an opposition in the Premier League. Maybe a Liverpool, United, but not a United, maybe a Liverpool, Spurs, or a Chelsea. But apart from that, I don't think Wilson Esbrand will face even half of the abilities of a Coman or someone down that wing. So Wilson Esbrand is ready if you ask me. Vinicius' whole team played well. Exactly, it looked sharp. It for me, it looked one of the most cohesive performances I've seen in a while. Actually, I mean, we all went at the same time in terms of pressurizing, in terms of going back, and everything. We moved as a cohesive unit, and Haaland looked the part of it. Haaland looked like he was playing in this team for a long time. So Haaland has fit in already. Alvarez has fit in. Calvin Phillips is like it seemed like he's one of Pep's old players or things like that. So all of the new signings are already settled in. So I think we're ready. We're already ready to start the next season. Many people have said that only two preseason games you might not be sharp, but we are ready. I think. Vinicius are pressing and quick passing were on point. JSK says Wilson has pocketed Nabry as well as Kingsley Coman as well. I mean, whoever played on that side. And he has pocketed them effortlessly. Actually, it didn't seem that he was out of position. And also, there were a few balls played over the top. And for each of the balls played over the top, Wilson Esbrand didn't look out of position. He didn't use his recovery pace much, but the reason for that was he was never he even though he went forward, he was always in a position to recover back. For me, that was one of the key attributes of Wilson Esbrand. Football Tricks says we should have tested MBT as well. Exactly, Football Tricks. I mean, right from the time the lineup was announced, I was a bit surprised. I mean, why would you play Ake and not an MBT? I understand why you played Ruben Diaz because he needed fitness, but MBT did very well, right? I didn't understand this Ake over MBT and this left foot and right foot combination shit also won't work because even MPT is a left footer, right? I didn't understand that substitution from Pep actually. I mean, overall in this preseason, our youth didn't get that much of a chance as they would have expected. The that is the only criticism I would have of these preseason matches. Maybe Pep should have started with two or three more youth players. Especially, I thought that Cole Palmer should have started instead of Riyad Mahrez. Certainly, MBT. At least these two players should have started. JSK says Wilson has pace too. Exactly, he has pace too. And the thing is, he has knowledge of when to use that pace. It's not like he has pace and he uses it always to sprint back. He doesn't use his recovery pace often, which tells me that the guy is highly intelligent. You know the best moment in the match was he Wilson picked up the ball almost sort of in a midfieldish area and he ran through the heart of Bayern's midfield and defense and he shot at Neuer. That for me was one of the moments I would say the moments of the match. Wonderful. I was like, score the goal, Wilson, score the goal. If Wilson, I mean, that was just wonderful. Football tricks is, but playing against Bayern is something else. Exactly. This might be a preseason friendly, but I don't know who's calling these preseason friendlies. The teams are just being ultra competitive nowadays. Vinicius Diaz and Ake partnership. But again, we have played against two teams who have sort of, who have come at us a bit and stuff like that. But when you play against par the bus teams, when you play against teams who sit a little bit more deeper, low block, I don't think Ake and Diaz partnership will work. You need either a Laporte or a John Stones in that partnership just to open up the opposition and things like that. Ake is good against counter attacking. I mean, Ake is good against teams who play an expansive range of football because he's excellent in those one-on-one positions. That is the thing with Ake for me. So it should be either a Diaz Laporte or a Diaz Stones or a Stones Laporte. It should be one of a very good passing centre back. Either one of Laporte or Stones will start, and I think it will be one of Diaz and Ake on the other end who will start. JSK says, by the way, this is the first win of Haaland against Bayern. Hopefully, this is the first of many wins for Haaland against Bayern. Hopefully, we meet them in the Champions League and get the better of them there as well. JSK says Walker played as centre back. Yes, JSK. I think it was in the 75th minute or stuff. Diaz came off. I thought it was a bit of a niggle. But I think it was also because Pep wanted to give Rico Lewis some minutes because he impressed last time. But again, giving Rico Lewis minutes and but not giving MBT minutes is, I don't know what Pep is thinking. Maybe Pep would start MBT in the Community Shield against Liverpool. That would be the biggest test for MBT. Maybe you never know. Because I mean, look at this. Pep will not start a John Stones or an Aymeric Laporte against Liverpool in the Community Shield because they don't have any fitness, right? They will not be ready for that match. So what are our options over there? Ake, Diaz, and MBT. I mean, it looks like Diaz has a bit of a niggle and stuff. So actually, there are a lot of chances for MBT to start that match. But surely, Wilson as brand is starting that match for sure. Vinicius Phillips made many interceptions. Real test will be versus Liverpool FC, and Phillips played well in that centre back position as well. I think there's a good enough reason for Pep playing Phillips in that centre back position against Club America. I think the reason is maybe Diaz is carrying some niggles, Diaz is carrying some a bit of a minor injuries. You never know. You must remember that Diaz was not at all fit in the last season. He picked up a lot of injuries. So maybe that is the reason why Pep is, keeping all of his cards close to his chest, like play Calvin Phillips in that centre back position and stuff like that. So will be interesting to see who starts in that Community Shield. Vinay says this is Pep for you. He's the boss. He's always been the boss, and he will be the boss. Football Kick says, well, it's fine because he's young and cause he's playing against Bayern. It is not simple. Exactly. I think this was the only reason. Maybe I also thought this might only be the only reason why Pep has not played MBT, because you're playing against Bayern, you're playing against Muller, Serge Gnabry, Sabitzer or Koeman, all of those players, Sane. So, I mean, your confidence could be destroyed. You could make a mistake, it could lead to a goal as a centre back, and you're out. You're suddenly not in your space. It could destroy the confidence of a young player. I think that could be a reason why MBT didn't play. Otherwise, I don't see why MBT didn't play. Oh wow! Do they give a trophy for this as well? Now, City are almost about to lift the trophy. Champions is written over there, and they're almost about to lift a trophy. Then this is interesting. Football Crick says, yeah, we've done that. Suman says, at least for 45 minutes, I thought youth will get game time. Exactly, in the second half, maybe I thought Pep would have given youth a little bit more time, because it was almost the 75th minute, right? Until the youth were bought on, and not many youth were bought on. It was just the Cole Palmer and Rico Lewis at the end. I think one of the reasons is the Pep was conscious of the confidence of the youth players playing against a team like Bayern and stuff. That would have been the only factor why Pep didn't bring on youth. Otherwise, Pep would have trusted more youth to come on. Football Kicks is see we are trying MBT as a backup as well. Maybe like he's ready or not. Like Club America, Phillips and MBT had a centre back partnership. And I mean, Phillips and MBT had a centre back partnership. MBT and Ake had a centre back partnership. So, yeah, you're right. It might be for a backup because I mean, if we don't get Cucurella, I think Ake should cover for that left back position as well, which means that MBT would actually be in with a chance of starting many more games than we might even expect. So I do think that without Cucurella, we might actually look a bit thin in defense. Okay, Ake, Laporte, Diaz, Stones there, but Ake has to cover both positions, left and centre back. Phillips has to cover the midfield and centre back positions. It might not be that easy if we don't get Cucurella, I think. Okay, we have found Wilson as brand, but I think if we get Cucurella this season, the squad is complete. I think this will be the most complete squad Pep has had in many years. I know the Centurion season and all, but in all of the seasons, Pep has never had a left back, right? Okay, Mendy, but Mendy was always injured, but he has never had a proper left back. So it will be the first time Pep would have had a proper left back and a proper striker together after those Benjamin Mendy days initially in 2017. So it will be exciting. Football Kick says, see when Bayern sent their youth, we did also. It was a kind of a tactical strategy, I think, not to expose our youth against their first team players. So just the confidence thing, I would think for the youth. Football Kick says maybe that's the reason we are going for Pau Torres. But you spend 40 million on Pau Torres, right? That is the asking price, and the asking price of Brighton is around 50 million pounds for Cucurella, right? And with Cucurella, you're getting a centre back as well as a left back, and with Pau Torres, you're only getting a centre back. So, I mean, spending that extra 10-15 million pounds on Cucurella is worth it than spending 40 million pounds on Pau Torres, who is new to this league, who is slow. We do not know how much time Pau Torres might take to adapt. Lot of question marks of Pau Torres. Whereas Cucurella is crystal clear for me. So, Cucurella is for me a must do signing because he covers two positions literally, left back and the centre back. And then if Cucurella comes, we could suddenly play three at the back with Walker and Cancelo as wing backs, or Walker as a third centre back and Cancelo and Cucurella as left back. See, it suddenly opens up a lot more dimensions if we sign Cucurella than if we get a Pau Torres. Vinay says MBT is fine. Play him 10 minutes in Premier League. No need of Pau. Exactly, Vinay. If I'm given a choice of Pau Torres or Cucurella, I would choose Cucurella. And if I'm given a choice of Pau Torres and MBT, I think I would go with MBT over Pau Torres because question marks are there over Pau Torres, right? Regarding his adaptability to the league, and that's the main thing. You cannot always say that all of the centre backs who come from the Spanish league will be successful in the Premier League. That has not always been the case traditionally. Vinay says, use that money for Cucurella. Exactly, use that money for Cucurella. 10 million pounds, 15 million pounds more. This is not the time to bargain because we have got almost such a great squad of players and it's just one more player to complete it. Right? This is not the time to, bargain for 10 to 15 million pounds. I think we need to pay up and give Brighton what they want in exchange for Cucurella. Football Freak says chill, we will get Cucurella in the end. It's just a worry, Football Freaks. It's just a worry that what if we do not get? Because my worry is not that if we do not get Cucurella, we might not compete in the Premier League or the Champions. That is not the worry at all. My worry with not getting Cucurella is maybe we would never be able to see what what a very good left back could do. How a very good left back could unlock that left hand side. That is something which we have never seen during Pep tenure, and I'm really curious to see how will teams defend when we really bring a superb left back down that side. For me, unlocking the potential of that left hand side is what is, I think, paramount. It could be Cucurella, it could be someone else, but for me, that is the biggest worry rather than missing out on a Cucurella or some other player. For me, going into this season, again making some adjustments instead of bringing in a left back. That is the worry. The worry is not about trophies or things like that. That we will compete. We have done it without a left back for 5 seasons, proper left back. We've done it without a striker for almost 1, 2 seasons, 3 seasons. So that those things are not a worry at all. Vinay says, I'm impressed with today's performance, but real test will be against Liverpool FC. Will Yes, that will mark the true start to our season, I would say. Even the Community Shield is like, let's say, it's bordering on friendly and competitive, but for me, that is the match which will really uh, start the season for us. It will be a test for many players. We can see how well as Alvarez adapted, how well as Haaland adapted to the system. Can Wilson as brand play in that high level? A lot of questions will be answered against Liverpool. Football fixes Arsenal 4-0 Chelsea. And how is Raheem Sterling playing football freaks? And I don't know. I think in the last match I was seeing some clips of Raheem Sterling there and against Chelsea. And Raheem Sterling, I was just curious how he fit into that system. And Tuchel was playing Raheem Sterling as a striker. And as far as I can remember, I've never seen Raheem Sterling do well playing in that striker role, right? Running, he's always good when he cuts in off the wing and things like that. So and also the finishing and stuff. And Chelsea fans say that there is no one who can put the ball in the back of the net, and that's why we are purchasing people like Sterling. And I just find it hard to contain my laughter there. I can laugh for hours after hearing that. Sterling putting the ball in the back of the net. Even if you give the ball in his hand and tell him to put it in the back of the net, still Sterling will mess up. That is the finishing quality of Raheem Sterling. But Arsenal, to be fair, actually look a good team. And Zinchenko in the midfield could actually be. I mean, Zinchenko would have never been able to break into City's midfield. Come on, Rodri, Bernardo, Kevin De Bruyne, potentially a Jack Grealish. You there was no chance for Zinchenko to break into City's midfield. But at Arsenal, I do think Zinchenko has got his preferred position in that midfield, in that central midfield role. Basically, I think Zinchenko's best position is in Bernardo's position. So I think we'll see Zinchenko, developing even more at Arsenal. Playing in his preferred position, playing a lot of minutes and stuff. Football fixes Gabby scored. Zinchenko was playing as left back. I think Tyranny is always injured, so I think they'll switch. Nuno Tavares plays as left back there, I think, if I'm not wrong. So I think they'll switch, but I've been reading an article where it was written that Zinchenko will now find it really very happy to play in the midfield position. But I'm also happy for Gabby as well because Arteta is a coach who really teaches finishing well. So I think Gabby is a natural finisher unlike Sterling and I do think that Gabby will improve under Mikel Arteta. And especially, with Gabby, I've always found it that confidence. When the guy is playing regularly, when the guy is having great confidence, Gabby can be on another level. Like we saw, right, in those few stretch of matches, Madrid, 2 legs, and before that as well, in that 1 month phase, Gabby was almost in fantastic form, sky high confidence, and did well. I think he will have that confidence at Arsenal because he'll know he's the number one striker there. He will start on most days. I mean, so that competition, that added pressure of competition is not there. So again, it's good for Gabby as well. I think he has moved on, and we have moved on and got an upgrade on both Gabby and Sterling. My fascination is to see Sterling and Chelsea and how they deal with Werner, Sterling. This season could be the season of Chelsea's misses, the compilation of Chelsea's misses. That could be this season actually. That's what this season could be all about. Anyway, guys, thank you so much again for joining me throughout the watch along, and also thank you so much for the conversation and all of that. It was wonderful. We had great chat. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you've enjoyed the video, please click on the like button and also the bell icon so that you get notifications whenever we come out with new videos. Football Trick says Gabby was given the free role in Arsenal, which improved his game. But Football Tricks, Gabby also had that free role at City, right? Free role in the sense that he almost had that false nine role where he could drop back and stuff like that. Football tricks is anyways, all three of them will come back one day. That's Arteta, Zinchenko and Gabi. That would be wonderful. And after 4 years, right? I'm hoping this will happen after 4 years and not now. 2026. Hopefully Pep will stay till there. The ideal scenario is for Pep to extend his contract longer and retire in City, and even after that take up a role as a transfer director or some management role in the club. That would be interesting. But then if we think practically, 4 more years Arteta would develop as a coach, uh, Gabby would develop his finishing and all of that. Zinchenko would become a very good player. So definitely will be very interesting when they come back. Anyway, guys, see you all again and take care.